Hello, beautiful people. Fairly Sweet here with Jack Russell's last chapter of The Legend of Zelda, Zelda vs. Terminator. So without further ado, let's dive on in. Chapter 6, The Mission Prep and the New Year Party. Jack Link rode to the secret hideout where the king and scientists were doing research that will help Jack Link. Jack Link was riding there and got there. The hideout was in a town, and it was the New Year festival. There was lots of beautiful hot women on the streets celebrating.
The king better be quick. I need to celebrate and have sex with these sexy women,
Jack Link said and adjusted his sunglasses. Jack Link found the secret base, which was under a statue of a wise leader who lived a long time ago in the Second Age. But Jack Link didn't care about that stuff. He entered the secret hideout and saw King Zelda. "Jack Link, you have arrived," King Zelda said.
"Hey, king, what news have you got?"
Jack Link said and smoked some more of his cigar. "What news have you got, Jack?" the king asked back.
"I have the first medallion. Santina is going to check on Ganondorf's base's evil army, and the Terminator is checking on Ganondorf's evil army."
"Why did you not get the sage's help before you went to fight Ganondorf?" "Your brother would have," the king asked.
"Because I'm not big into this research and stuff. My brother called me such a loser. He didn't enjoy live to the full. He was too obsessed with honor and such things. I just like to get the job done, well, and have some fun along the way,"
Jack Link said. "Well, that might be how you see it, Jack, but he was a good man who protected this realm from evil," said King Zelda.
Yeah, hero of time and such. I will save it too. When I have the sage's help to back up my weapons, Ganon and evil Terminator will be taking a one-ticket ride to the land down under,"
Jack Link said and smoked some of his cigar. "Well, first we have some new gadgets for you to use, and we know how much you like new toys," King Zelda said. He was right. Jack Link did like new toys. Jack Link went inside a secret lift that took him into the basement floor where the new technology was being produced. Jack Link looked at the different gadgets in the basement and think of the monsters he could kill with them. He walked throughout the gadget department and tested some. Then he took a laser cigar lighter with a secret laser hidden inside it. An explosive necklace, which looked like a jeweled necklace, but the jewels when removed became bombs. And a dagger that could adjust to any key to open it. So Jack Link headed out to leave, but he ran to the king again. "Do you want to join me for dinner, Jack?" King Zelda said.
Nah, I have to join the New Year's festival, but can I have some of your best bottle of that spiced ale from up north?"
Jack Link said with epic coolness. "Okay, Jack, but be ready for action where you're needed," the king said.
"Action is my middle name,"
Jack Link said, adjusted his sunglasses. Link was also his middle name, though he didn't like to talk about his and Link's last names, and he thinks it is stupid. Then, Jack Link talked to the King Zelda secretary on the way out, who was hot and looked like Shay Lauren. "You going on an important mission, Jack? Or should I call you Jack Link, hero of time?" the secretary said.
"Maybe you can call me whatever you like,"
Jack Link said. "So, where are you off to, Jack?" said the secretary.
"The New Year's festival,"
Jack Link said back with a sly smile. "Oh, I wish I could come, but I have to do all that boring paperwork," said the secretary.
"Maybe I could keep occupied,"
said Jack Link and winked. "Oh, you," the secretary giggled. "I can't. The king will kill me if I miss any of my paperwork. The scholars also need these papers badly. I am sure there are a lot of very prettier young women at the festival who would love your company." So Jack Link left the sacred bunker to go to the festival, but then Jack Link's fairy, Anouk, flew in front of him.
"Is this all you're going to do tonight, Part? Have sex and get drunk?"
Anouk said.
"The world has to be saved from Ganon and the evil Terminator. Also, King Zelda is..."
And Jack Link trapped Anouk in a bottle.
"Hey, what are you doing, Jack? Where are you taking me?"
Anouk said again.
"Where you need to spend your New Year's Eve,"
Jack Link said and threw the bottle down a well.
"It's not funny. Jack! Jack!"
Anouk yelled, but Jack Link had already gone. What a fucking dick! So Jack Link went to the New Year's festival and had a good time. He was beginning to enjoy this job. He approached some beautiful woman in the Griffin Inn and said,
"Well, hello, ladies,"
said Jack Link, said and bought them all drinks.
"Wow,
"You are so hot," one of the women said. "Are you the Jack?" said another. "Let's get down and party," said one of the women.
So, what are your names?
Jack Link asked, and they told him their names was Lucy, Rebecca, Amy, Zantana, and Renaya. They went into the main party in the streets and drank lots of spiced ale and danced the night away. Jack Link also got to sleep with all the hot babes that were with him. Lucy in the park lake, Rebecca in the field, Amy in the bathroom, Zantana in the bedroom, and Renya in the bath. They had really great sex and enjoyed each other's bodies and the passion of the night. Then he saw a card game taking place and knew that he had to take part. Danger was a game Jack Link played every day, so poker should be easy. There was lots of interested people at the table, and one of them was an evil-looking man. Jack Link joined the game, and the evil man was beating everybody else. Jack Link and him both looked into each other's eyes and tried to read each other, but they couldn't. So the evil guy put his cards on the table, and he had 4 kings. But Jack Link put down 4 aces, including the ace of spades. "You play a game good, mister," the evil man said.
It's Mr. Jackass,
Jack Link said, only giving the first letter of his last name, as there were people with the surname S. "Well, Mr. S, I hope we will meet again. Perhaps you could be my guest at my private mansion," said the evil man. Jack Link accepted the invitation. Then they got the really good part of the festival. There were exotic dancers, and Jack Link was entranced. There was a woman with 6 arms and long green hair called Xanthina, doing all kinds of tricks while 2 of her arms cover her breasts, like the character in that comic which I had been reading but then stopped, but Xanthina is much sexier. There was also a 3-breasted woman with long blue hair called Kintiana. Think the girl from Total Recall. Jack Link knew he had to have them. He just had to seduce them with his rogue charm. They had trespassed everybody in the audience with their moves, and then a man came up. "Whoever wins the archery competition wins a special backstage ticket with these 2. Jack Link knew that there was nobody better than him at archery, so knew that this was his. He beat all the other competitors, and went against the final one in the rival shot an arrow at the target and second to bullseye, but Jack Link scored a super bullseye.
I am the beast! Ha! You losers will be sleeping alone!
Loothed Jack Link at the losers. Jack Link came into the backstage and got a private viewing by the 2 dancers. It was really good. He got to see their seductive, flexible dancing up close and personal. Then he was invited to their personal quarters, and they shared Jack Link's bottles of spiced ale between them, and they had sex. People even have that much semen. Jack Link first had sex with the 3-breasted woman, Quintania. They felt each other's bodies. He felt her amazing 3 boobs rub against his chest, and watched them bounce around, and he sucked them and played with them. Then they really started getting wild. He got deeper inside her vagina, and they really enjoying it. They were really going at it, enjoying the passion of the night, and Quintania orgasmed 5 times. Then both Jack Link came and Quintania orgasmed, and Jack Link filled Quintania's vagina to the brim with his love juices. Then he had sex with the 6-armed woman Xanthina, who showed how really flexible she is and the advantages with her 6 arms. She was manipulating every part of him with her arms, and Jack Link was feeling her big boobs and her long hairs. She was too fast for him to get a good look on her vagina, but eventually they in a good position, and Jack Link got deep inside her vagina. They sexed really good, both enjoying the immense passion and pleasure of that night. Xanthina orgasmed 10 times. As well. They continued until they both orgasmed, and Jack Link filled Xanthina's vagina to the brim with his love juices. He had scored bulleyes at artery, and now he scored bulleyes in bed. Then, all had great sex in private pool that was allowed for the dancers, and after watched the fireworks. Then Jack Link fell asleep with the 2 beauties in there. He then woke up the next day and found them were gone.
Man, where did those babes go?
Jack Link asked. He was still in their heart-shaped bed, though, but later he found it was not theirs, but the property of the mayor. He looked around and saw a nook.
Damn it! I think I would see those two beauties again, but I see you!
Jack Link said with annoy.
Those two beauties have left, and they were also spies for Ganon and the evil Terminator. Now their tropes are coming to kill you!
A nook said. Jack Link looked at the fairy with annoyance. How dare she tell him that there was people coming to kill him? He could handle them on his own. He didn't need her.
I think I had bottled you up for being annoying,
Jack Link said.
Well, I escaped, and I came to find you.
The fairy said back.
Whatever,
said Jack Link, and then lit his cigar, put on his gear along with his leather jacket. Jack Link loaded his shotgun and said,
it's showtime.
Then, a moblin jumped behind him, and Jack Link didn't even look, but simply pointed his gun up and blew its head off.
And we're today's feature picture,
Jack Link finished with a grin. To be continued. Well, I have been Frolic Sweet and you have been you. This is the end of the road, I guess. Jack Russell did not write anything beyond this. This was like a 2011 story, and even though it ends to be continued, there is no part 7. I'm sorry. This is where the original creator has ended the story. I would love to read more. I would love to give you the rest of it, but I can't. No, I got unless something fan-made came or the author resumed it. But for now, that's all I got. Thank you for listening, though. I do have some critiques for the story, though. Some earnest ones, some not so. But I just want to tell Jack, if I doubt you're hearing this, but if you ever did, I just want to tell you, you never want to write a battle in the sense that they fought and then resolve. You want to add some details, and especially on that note, you never want to say they went to the Dungans around the world and got the 9 magic keys or whatever. You have to actually do what you started doing later on, like with the Forest Temple. I can go into more detail with that, but you can't just say the doors looked, let's go, and then they all went to the places and came back. You can't just say hero went around fighting tyranny and then not talk about it. You can't make such big claims, such plot claims, and not really go into detail and just say they happened. Don't do that. But for what this story is, I want to say that this is by no means a bad story. Now, it's not Shakespeare, because in an English class this would fail, okay? But if we look beyond the spelling mistakes, the grammar, there is an actual, this is possibly unintentional for the author's sake of effort, but there is a story here. There is a story that progresses. We have a character who has character. He's a trope. He's Hoss Delgado, but he has character, and he'll have character development. He still thinks about his motorcycle. He still references old chapters. Other characters still look at the twin brother Link and smile upon him. They still bring him up. And while they look at other chapters and reference the previous ones, there's still a sense of where the story's going. It's a simple cliche to save the world, but they still know the end game that they're going towards. And going back to Jack Link, who has character, he does have character. He has character development. I look at what's going on between him and Nook, and I see that there's a small bond beginning to grow. Now, I don't think Jack Link would ever have to pay for all the fucking cheating he's been doing on Satina behind her back, or if she's totally okay with that, and that could be a Satina thing. But I do see there is some, possibly unintentional, logic to this world. And this world knows itself, it knows where it is, and knows where it wants to go. And it's a shame that we can never see where it ended up going. We can presume that Jack Link gets to destroy the evil Terminator, defeat Ganon once and for all, and gets to hump a giant orgy in one glorious end chapter. We'll never know, though, but I mean, that's my guess. But it's a shame we would never know. But I will thank Jack Russell for writing this. This has been fun. This has been an interesting experience for me in my first series in narration. Before this, it was pretty much anarchy, little stories by my friend Tommy. But thank you, Jack Russell. I enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this, you 3 people. But if you actually did make it through this series, I thank you. This is new. This is as new to me as it is probably to you having to endure this. But yes. I hope everyone enjoyed this as much as I did. That's all I want to say. And for anyone still listening, whoever the f you are for doing that, I don't know why you are. I just want to wish you a scary, fantastic day, whoever the f you are. And we'll see what the future brings with any works I might choose to shoot myself in the foot with. So, take care.